Here we have the camera itself with contacts for the wireless microphone system, which has a power on off button, and contacts on its clip. And we just magnetically stick it right here on top, or we can just simply carry it with us because this is wireless power. On the back side, we have a microSD card slot, microphone in if you want to connect your own 3.5mm TRS cable. We also have USB to PC for streaming and a power button. On the bottom, we also have a thread mount. And that thread mount, for those wondering, is 1/4 inch. Standard size. USB cable with a Type-C on the one end and USB Type-A on the other end, which comes off to reveal another Type-C USB. And for those going outside, we also have a fur muff. And just to show that again, this is actually magnetic. The case itself that comes with is a hard case. And since I have two microphones and these interconnect, I can use the app for my mobile phone to stream between both cameras. The app for control is called EMEET Stream. And once we download from the App Store for Apple phone or Android, in this particular case it's Android, we can then proceed to connect to these devices. There is a battery level indicator on the back. And once I power it on, I can then connect it. And now we can see the power is on. I just removed one of my cameras, so I'm going to add it so we can see it in real time, me adding it right now as we speak. And there we go. I'm going to click this so that check mark goes there. And I'm going to click that there. And now it should show up in my camera settings. Despite setting up a hotspot on my phone, the only way I can connect it, at least under my situation, is through Wi-Fi. And I'm trying to hotspot again, and this time I have Bluetooth turned on, and it seems to be working. So I didn't have Bluetooth access to my mobile phone for some reason on the app, but now that's enabled. I can now choose my phone, enter my password, and there we go. Sweet. So my phone is actually in tethering mode. And how do I get to tethering mode? I just enable my mobile hotspot. The card we're using is a microSD, and the max capacity is 256 gigabytes, like this SD card, which is much larger. Here's our size difference. So yeah, this is a very small card, and we simply slide it in, just like that. On the topic of recording, here's the SD card, but if I want to go to Wi-Fi, I can choose that option. You can see my unstable network warning, as I seem to always get due to my lack of internet speed. You can even choose a short button press to record to the SD card, and by short button press, we're talking about the power button. Just to tap it and it'll start recording. And even format your SD card from here. We have several different services to choose from if you want to stream direct online. This is simply the live streaming delay, and I'm going to record to SD. Though I want to first record to OBS using USB if that works. I am recording using OBS, USB connected the camera to my system, and that's what we get. Pretty cool stuff. Now let's show you the different modes. Original, and see there's my unstable network message. Sunny, vivid, cloudy. Come on, there's cloudy. And black and white, as we can all see on the screen as well. Cool stuff. Let's do some flipping. There we go, we can see that on screen hopefully. That's under mirroring. So, neat stuff we can do there. I like the streaming aspect of this because it's really easy to do. Oh, I should go back. I don't want to stay in black and white. I want to go to original. I think I go to pro mode with this. Yes, I can. Let's see. Maybe it's too bright. There we go. I prefer a little less brightness. Maybe a little more contrast. I go to the backlight contrast. Do we see that difference? Yeah, it's not huge. It at least seems to help the sun so it doesn't get oversaturated. And white balance, of course. If I turn it off, oh, I can adjust it in game stream mode. So that's good. I can actually adjust it in stream mode in real time. Auto white balance, which works very well. I always like to have HDR on. Let's turn that off. Don't know how much difference there was. On the software, I can change how bright or dark it is with a slider. There we go. So if I find this pretty perfect, then I'm good there. I can change my contrast. Takes a little delay, not much at all. So my cameras are actually downstairs. I'm controlling my camera system from here. And right now I have both these cameras to HDR mode, set my color tones, my contrast, my brightness. I've not previewed this yet in 1080p, and I have no clue if that's made any difference on my image, but this was a test of the EMEET camera system with up to 8 hours of battery life. Quite impressive. Right now, you are actually viewing that, which makes for a very unique look when you have multiple cameras at the same time. Now, this comes with a hard case for carrying these cameras, and we also have accessories inside here, so let's go through a couple of these. This is the fur wind muff, and I am wearing the microphone right now. I can mute it with the touch of a button. Just mute it just like that. Right now I have these cameras set to record using my mobile phone app. I can see both of these cameras right here and right here, whichever angle you want to view that at. And shows that it's recording right now. It should be recording to my SD card. And this gives a different perspective. I can be walking around and have the fur muffs. I'm outside. It is somewhat breezy today, so I don't know how the wind's coming through. And I'm going to try a different microphone with this. I'm going to find out which one and do that momentarily. For specifications, this is an f2.0, and I can set the focus point, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. And this is up to 1080p, 2 megapixel camera sensor, Sony type, and 5200 milliamp hour battery, which gives it that huge capacity. The recording to mobile phone with my unstable network, with my low upload speed, I guess doesn't help any, so they're glitchy. With the tracking camera or not, as we can see right there. When it records to SD card, it doesn't show tracking, and when it's game stream mode, it doesn't show tracking. So this is my test to see if to mobile phone it actually tracks like we see on the camera right now. Now let's get on camera. I'm going to try the regular lighting, and then I'm going to go to a low light situation. But on low light, I'm not going to use this pro mode. I'm going to actually go to auto. Okay, right now I have all my lights on, and this is super bright. So I'm going to turn this down to see how the image quality is affected. There's one light off. There's another light off. We definitely don't have much light. I'm not sure I'm coming up. Wow, it still seems to be okay. Gonna turn off the other one facing behind. Okay, so this is with the normal room light on. Right now I'm recording at 720p resolution because I found at least with 1080p resolution, which does look better of course, than 720, is that the audio and video would misalign when I put it in DaVinci Resolve. Spoiler alert, no audio alignment issues when placed into 720p. And so we see, how do you know it's recording or not? You see that green light? I press the record button, it turns red, just like that. And for some reason, for microSD cards, Kingston brand works better than the different brand I use, what's called Lexar. I found this works perfectly good for OBS game streaming and Teams meetings, but I did find one time that OBS, the video and audio misaligned when I was recording to mobile phone at the same time as recording USB to PC. Now, those little glitches like that, it'd be wonderful if it was fixed. So especially for 1080p. In terms of other things to consider, well, you tell me what you're thinking. Okay, now it's only 2 megapixel camera, so we have those limitations of that. But either way, what are your thoughts? I could actually have this camera and have some unique movements with this that I can't have with a large camera so easy. So it could actually have, say, 2 cameras of this plus my main camera. Allows for much nicer options and unique variability in the video. If EMEET can actually improve the firmware to make it even better, that'd be awesome. But for its main feature use case, it is quite cool. The built-on microphone is wonderful sounding. That's what you're hearing right now. Great value option, something small. This is something, so if you're starting out, whatever, or if you just want some extra cam angles and you want a vlog style or game stream, especially game stream, you'd be shrinking down your video way down. This would work wonderful. Mind you, this is not meant only for walking, but it does have a firm off, so it's like, why not? Anyways, don't forget to subscribe to Sparky Studio and help this channel grow, especially if you appreciate my honesty. And have yourselves a most wonderful day.